Guys, I've messed up. That's the sill of this BMW E39. And in this video I'm going to finish fabricating the inner structure. In the last video we've cut the sill on the driver's side and found some rust. So I fabricated some new metal, which I haven't done before, and began welding it in. But because of a fatal mistake I made, I had to redo all of my work. I took out the metal I had welded because it wasn't strong enough. My earlier welds were just too weak. But then I figured, why not give it another shot? And after I was done with the welding, that's when I finally discovered I've used the wrong welding wire. The welding wire which is currently in my welder is a MIG wire, so it's for gas applications. MIG welding needs gas to create a protective bubble around your weld. This stops air from contaminating your weld, which could lead to a weakened weld. But because my gas bottle is empty, I haven't used any gas. And here in Austria it's really expensive to get a refill for this bottle. So now I'm going to use some flux core wire, which is for welding without gas. But why won't you need gas for flux core? Flux core wire produces some protective gas when it melts, so you don't need any extra gas. I really hope that this one welds properly, otherwise I don't know what to do. Now I'm going to weld an exercise patch in order to figure out how to weld with this wire. This is my test metal, so penetration is pretty good, but I kept burning holes in it. The ampere setting controls heat, which affects how deep your weld goes. Too much heat or amps lead to holes in your metal. The minimal amp settings for my welder are 40. But with 1mm steel and flux core welding, the ideal range is from 15 to 20 amps to avoid the dreaded burn through. So I need a new welder. And here it is. Let's unbox it and try it out. In my hand I'm holding the test patch with the new welder. At first I kept burning in holes, but after setting up the machine, the welds look pretty fine. There's still one issue. I've welded this section with MIG wire but without gas. But now you may ask yourself, how did I fix the issue? Well, actually I have welded it on the inside with flux core wire and now it's pretty sturdy.
Once upon a time, in a world of metal and rust, a brave adventurer stepped up to the challenge. His mission? To rescue this old BMW from the clutches of rust and make it shine anew. The adventure began with a trusty drill in hand. As the dust settled, a hole appeared, a grand entrance for rust's mischief. He grabbed his mighty metal cutting tool and snip, snip. But wait, a piece from another part was sacrificed to cut out the rust completely. Like a puzzle falling into place, the plan worked, and the main rust culprit was gone. Now came the challenging part. With furrowed brows, the adventurer worked tirelessly to remove a section. Precision was key, like piecing together a delicate puzzle. Once the section was free, it was time to make the metal straight and sleek. A rust shield was then carefully placed on the metal. Bending metal was his next step, like molding clay into shape. The metal had to fit snugly, like a piece in a grand design. And with a burst of sparks, welding brought it all together. But oh no, the floor had its own rust party. The rust parts were gone, leaving a tidier scene. With a triumphant grin, the adventurer stepped back. The metal makeover was looking pretty good. It was like watching a masterpiece being painted before his eyes. However, the rust wasn't giving up easily. Rust in the front put up a fight, especially around a tricky checking point. A rotten floor panel couldn't escape his attention. He sliced away the rust, treated it with a special potion called rust converter, and replaced it with fresh, sturdy metal. The newly treated metal was like a knight in shining armor, ready to face the world. With a heart full of determination, he turned his attention to the outer pockets. Like stitching together a patchwork quilt, he combined every piece of metal, creating a solid template. The new metal might not be the fairest of them all, but it was tough and dependable. It's like a trusty shield standing strong against any challenge. As the story came to an end, the adventurer prepared for his final feat. The second pocket was ready for its transformation. Sparks flew, metal melted, and the tale of the rusty metal rescue was complete.
Just take a look at it. It seems pretty fine and it's pretty sturdy. We are finally ready for the outer layer. So I actually wanted to test fit it, but it doesn't want to fit properly. I think we need some preparation to get it done. In the next video, I'm going to prepare the car for the sill and hopefully we are going to finish it.